Welcome to the review that dripped blood. I'm your host, Jeffrey Woods, and today we'll be taking a closer look at the indie slasher Camp Blood, which was released in 2000. It was written and directed by Brad Sykes and stars Jennifer Ritchkoff, Michael Taylor, Courtney Taylor, Tim Young, and Bethany Zolt. The film follows a group of friends getting together and going on a camping trip to a location known as Camp Blackwood. On the way, they stop to get directions from an eccentric local who warns them not to go to what he refers to as Camp Blood. They choose to ignore him, and they eventually arrive and find their guide, who clarifies the local myth of a killer clown said to roam the surrounding forest. It isn't long before the group of friends discover the clown is more than just a myth, and find themselves at the mercy of a cold-blooded killer. So, what do I like about this movie? Camp Blood is only an hour and 13 minutes long, and Brad Sykes does a great job making the most of that time. The story is simple and straightforward, which I find refreshing. A lot of horror ends up getting overly convoluted with too many twists, turns, and subplots. It's nice to get back to the basics. On that note, Camp Blood has a cast that's small enough that we actually get to spend time with and get to know all of the characters. Now, you'll hear me complain about this a lot, but one of my biggest grievances with a lot of horror movies is that we don't really get to know any of the characters. They're just cardboard cutouts that the killer gets to mow down in imaginative ways. Now, I really enjoyed Jennifer Ritchkoff and Michael Taylor's performances as Trisha and her boyfriend Steve, the more grounded and likable pair out of the four campgoers. Trisha has reservations pretty early on about going to this particular camp because of recent disappearances in the area, and her concerns are only heightened after they meet a nutty town local who warns them against going to the camp. I was really impressed with the practical special effects, stunt work, and cinematography. All of the film's locations are gorgeous, everything from the suburbs where Trisha and Steve live to the forest with its seemingly endless greenery, lakes, and waterfalls. What don't I like about this movie? There really isn't much to dislike about Camp Blood, but one thing that I will say is that Tim Young does a great job in the role of Jay, who I can only describe as being a giant douche canoe. I spent most of the film asking myself, why are Steve and Trisha friends with this guy, and why does his girlfriend put up with him? Camp Blood is a fun 3D experience with a talented cast and great direction, which is why I'm rating this 9.5 Crazy Ralph clones out of 10. If you enjoyed this review, please like this video and make sure to subscribe to the review that dripped blood.